What's up, everyone? Welcome into Hey Babe, Can We Talk? With me, your host and bestie, Drea Renee. If this is your first time here, welcome. This is a place for the hot mess expresses, the black sheeps of love, and for those who just can't seem to get it right when it comes to matters of the heart. I am you, you are me, we are one. And if no one else gets you, I do. And if you're returning, I missed you. And we're going to have a great episode. On today's episode, we have the gorgeous, amazing model, Jewell Farshad. We're going to be talking about love across cultures and dating as a model. What's it like? She's going to give us the tea. But before we get into that, make sure you hit that like, follow, subscribe, because I love to hear from you guys. And without further ado, let's get into it with Jewell Farshad.
Hi, baby.
Hi, baby. You look amazing.
Thank you.
The pink is pinking. It's all giving.
Thank you. Thank you.
How did we get here? You're just like a bright light.
Oh my God, I love you. I love you for that. I used to wear, I feel like darker colors and it wasn't making me happy. And then all of a sudden I was like, now my closet looks like a unicorn, has vomited all over.
It literally looks like a unicorn. I mean, even when I met you, it was like, this was like.
Still pink? Yeah, I probably was going through it.
You were like not as bright yet.
Yeah.
But when this moment that we're having is everything.
Honestly, like today I'm going like for a casting, right? Like models usually wear like black on black, and I had a whole moment and I was like, keep putting on jeans with black top, and I was like, this is not me.
It's not you.
I can't go be me. You know
right.
what I mean? I was like, they picked me as me, so I'm gonna just put on pink. I don't care.
And do your thing. I imagine when you go into places, people are like,
yeah, it literally shocks them. But then I can show up as my authentic self, and that's like the highest vibration, rather than trying to like fit into their like what they think I should look like, right?
That's one thing I really love about you. And when I was looking at your social media, I was like, this woman is authentically herself. She doesn't give a damn. Honestly, that is one of the things I love so much about your profile. I was like, she doesn't give a damn what you think, what I think, what anybody thinks. You were just authentically yourself. And I can imagine, especially being in LA, it's so easy to sort of conform to what everybody else is doing. What's that like for you walking around being authentically Jewell? What's the reception like from people, you think?
Well, I kind of stole this idea a little bit from Marilyn, right? It would be right when she would like, that quote, and she said she was like walking down the street and she was just like everybody else and nobody could recognize her, and then she would turn it on, right? For years I was wondering, what is je ne sais quoi, what is that thing, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, it was like sometime between me just spending enough time with myself and loving myself and getting comfortable with myself that I realized it's okay to be who I am, right? And not conform. And then the moment I show up, like at first, it was a lot of attention. Like I still, sometimes when I walk in, everyone's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And it drains me a little bit. But then I think I'm just allowing other people to show up as who they are. And they don't get to be that way. You know what I mean? And they're just always like, they're worried, especially when they see someone who's pretty and they're like, oh my God, I'm going to be intimidated. She's going to be a bitch. And then I'm like, oh my God, hi, how are you? And they're like, oh my God, she's nice. I can just be me. And I'm like, yes, there we go.
It's so beautiful because I'm sure that happens to you a lot. And then they meet you. And I feel like sometimes as an attractive woman, walking around when you are nice, sometimes other women can get a little bit like, oh, and she's nice too.
Yeah. Totally.
You know what I mean?
So at least be a bitch.
Exactly. Can you be mean?
Yeah.
So we can not like you, right? You know what I mean? And it's like, I understand what that's like, because people start to think you're not being genuine, right? Yeah. But you are like, your heart is open. You're like this beautiful butterfly. And so I want to talk to you about, what is that like dating? Right?
God.
What is your dating life like? What is going on with Jewell? I mean, tell us a little bit about your background, actually, and where you're from.
Okay, remind me of all you asked like 3 questions.
I know, girl.
I don't want to be like a guy that answers only one question from like the 3 things you asked. So I'm Jewell Farshad. I was born and raised in Tehran, Iran. I basically lived half my life there. I moved here as a teenager, and people don't really see that because I don't have an accent, you
have a it's slight, but yeah.
Right? So they just assume that I'm American and I'm just like everybody else, but I feel like I still come from that very very traditional background, I think, right? Traditional Middle Eastern background that is very much rooted in culture and family, right? Versus LA by itself, like it's different than America. LA is a different planet.
Literally a different planet.
Yeah. And you touched a good point about being nice and dating. And, you know, I'm a girl's girl. I teach modeling, I teach posing, I have courses, and I'm like all about opening myself to other girls who want to do what I wanted to do because I couldn't find somebody who looked like me to do what I wanted. Long story short, I was for a second dating someone, and these girls were like going through my followings, and like I saw like random girls were like going through my following and like hitting up the guys that I follow, and they would just slide into their DM, and like this happened multiple times. Model girls, they would like send in nudes to like my exes. Yeah, like literally. I was like, damn.
What is that about?
I was just like, I like so many of them that happened, and I was just like, okay, I'm terrified. And
That's
like,
an interesting approach.
and you're literally going through my following list and Googling every single person because I don't have a photo with any of my exes. Like, so you must be like doing some damn ass research to find who my exes were. And the current guy I'm seeing to go slide into his DM. And then I would just see him like, okay, I try not to be crazy to look at men's following.
Babe, come on now. Listen,
I know, I try to,
I call myself out. I will go through a following.
That's not a good vibration because that means I'm putting him on a pedestal. So I don't do it for him. Fuck him. Sorry. Love you. But if a man ever makes me feel like I have to check his following list, dump him. But I would see like randomly it says more mutual friends. And I was just like, that is weird. And then I would see these girls that don't even know him. I've never
starting to follow him.
And then he would be like, oh, so-and-so followed me. I'll follow her back. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fucking weird. And then I was just like, okay. But it was wrong to begin with. Like, why the fuck are you even following them back?
I mean, this culture of that we live in now with the social media and dating, I mean, it really has changed everything because even though because sometimes I'm not just looking to be like, oh, let me see what he's doing. It's more like, what is his vibe like, right? So if I start dating someone and I look at their following, just because I'm curious and I'm a Virgo and I need to know, you know, if it's a bunch of women that are like, somebody that he doesn't know and they're just all these certain type of women, that's going to let me know something about him.
As
Do you know what I
a
mean?
girl who posts a lot of thirst traps, and I'm the half naked girl on Instagram.
I love that you just said it what it is. I love it.
No, I don't give a fuck about any of the men who follow me, right? So if you're a girl out there who look at your man's following and he's following a bunch of girls who look like me who don't follow him back, baby girl, don't worry. That man is yours. I don't want him. You don't want him. Why would I want him? Right? Okay. If a man has Instagram, like, ew, why? Go get a job.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Go to war.
I kind of love a man that doesn't have an Instagram. When a guy's like, I'm not, or they have maybe like 30 followers, they just kind of have one.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's like private, and they post like photos of mountains. And it's like, and you're like, wow, this
beach
is like,
photo.
Yeah, it's like a lot of filters and like a photo from here, and like, love that. Be a dad on Instagram.
Be a dad on Instagram.
No, don't have a Van Cleef bracelet and have aesthetic pleasing posts like for a man. That just makes my vagina very dry.
Very dry. The tingles are not coming. They're not. But you know, or the bracelet with the car emblem on the steering wheel and the.
Oh God.
Like, what are we doing?
It's just giving broke. It's giving dusty.
It's giving dusty.
It's giving dusty.
Like, why are we like putting it out there like that?
Right.
We don't need to do that.
That's when I think like I should date their dads.
And okay, so Jewell, what kind of guy do you like? If you were looking to find your guy, like what does he look like? What's he doing? Where's he at right now?
So I've dated, I've had a few relationships. I've dated like the hot guy in LA with abs. He was an actor, and I was like, oh my God, we're
perfect.
Did
you do that?
I did.
I know.
We were like the perfect Instagram couple, and then it was miserable. Don't do it.
Was it no personality, or was it giving narcissist?
I was competing for princess treatment with him. And I didn't feel like I could relax into my feminine.
Is that what we're doing these days?
I mean, I think it just...
Was he young?
He was just a few years older than me, like 3 years older than me, right? 3 or 4 years. I deleted that part from my brain. Sorry, guys. I'm not lying. I'm just like really thinking how old he was. But... what was I saying? I totally forgot.
Jewell, not with you. Okay, you were talking
about dating.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, men. Everybody wants to have. everybody wants to date the hot guy that like when you're young and you're a teenager.
You have to do it.
Right? You have to. It's good for the girls, right? She's like, go get him. He's hot. But then afterwards, then you're just talking yourself into dating him because it's just not working out. And in LA, that's hard because a lot of guys move to LA to be actors. They're already princesses. Like, they're already like, well, why should I date you? Because I could have a sugar mama and I could.
And they can. Yeah. It's available here.
Yeah. So there's that. So you asked me, what am I looking for?
Yeah, what are you looking for? You're walking around town, Jewel. What does your guy look like? What's he doing?
Honestly, I'm not looking.
You're not
looking. I'm very focused on my career. I'm focused on raising my own vibration. I'm focused on healing myself, not in a way that I need fixing, but in a way that I am just so happy and so loving and in such a good vibration that I attract people that I want in my life. And then the right person is going to be in that friend group.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. It's when you're in that space, though, that space of peace and you aren't dating anybody, it's a really great place. Like, I was just in that spot for a while, and it's a bit of a scary spot because when someone does come in, you really have to evaluate this person to bring them into your space, right? Yeah. So one of the things we wanted to talk about today was like dating cross-culturally, right? So what is it like dating as a Persian woman, right?
Persian, yes.
Yeah.
So
with American men.
Yeah, I mean, I had my very first kiss here in America, and Iran is very strict.
Yes, right.
So I was like, I didn't even know I was hot till I was like 20. Like, I literally was such a nerd.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah. Yeah. I was such a good girl. And then I had my very, no, honestly, I wish I was a whore. I've never had a whore phase, which is so sad because I have standards. Like, why? Like, I want to have Samantha's life, but I don't, and it's really sad.
I do, but I don't.
I'm a Carrie, and you're like, my moon is in Virgo. I sit there and analyze. Like, I could have men come every single day, just like do things for me, run my errands. I'm not that.
run
my errands, clean the house, take the dog for a walk.
I could totally see you doing that vibe. I could absolutely. Can you pick that up now? Thank you. Absolutely.
I could. Maybe in a little bit. Yeah. You know what? I've heard of a lady in San Diego that teaches how to be a dominatrix. So maybe I need some training. Jewel, and I will not be wearing pink anymore.
You know what?
I just need to be like, pick that up.
I see that for you. I see that for you. I do. Oh, and those women make a lot of money.
They do. And they don't lift a finger. So listen, if it doesn't happen in the next like 2-3 years, that's a path.
Listen,
that's a path I could take. Right? I mean, I think I'm just still too young and fruitful for that.
Oh my God. Yeah. Give it a moment.
Give it a little bit.
Let's see if your man is
child
coming.
and then
maybe we'll talk about it. You know?
You can never be too old or fabulous for a dominatrix.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an age limit on that, right?
No, the older the better.
The older the better.
Yeah.
I hear you because you're more wise and you know more things.
You're more wise. You can get plastic surgery. Look at Lindsay Lohan. Like, yeah.
Okay, can we pause and talk about Lindsay for a moment? Lindsay, what did you do? What happened? Because I want to know what she did. Was it a facelift? Was it a neck lift? Was it a new face?
I don't know. Yeah, like where do you find that kind of skin?
I don't, but whatever she did, it's giving.
And Christina Aguilera, like she looks younger than me right now. Like what the fuck?
Christina Aguilera looks amazing.
She looks good.
Yeah. I think maybe Lindsay and Christina went to the same person.
Yeah.
I don't know, but they just said whoop and whoop.
Yeah, it was like a reset button.
Reset. And I'm here for it. I got no judgment. I'm totally here for it.
No, it makes me feel good because now we can just age. Who cares? We're not going to have those pillow faces, with those plastic surgery.
It is a little difficult, I will say, as a woman aging in LA. Like, it's a different experience. Aging in Wyoming and aging in Los Angeles are not the same thing. Like, if you go to Wyoming and you see 35 or you see 30 and then you see 35 and 30 here, it's like worlds apart. No shade. No shade. No shade to Wyoming. Just saying. I love Cody. And Jackson Hole.
So true. Like, the pressure is on here. Even the men, the 35-year-old men, they get Botox. They get stuff done.
Everybody's getting stuff done. Everybody. Yeah. So talk to me about dating as a model, what that's like. I feel like people don't take that seriously, especially here at times. I don't know if that's your experience, but when you say things like, "Oh, I'm a model," I feel like people are like, "Okay, so do you have OnlyFans?" Like that's the trajectory. Do you experience that?
And I immediately see guys getting intimidated, and I can't really open my mouth because they're like, "She's pretty and she's smart. Fuck, what do I bring to the table?" So I do see mostly men get really intimidated. They actually try to put me down a lot of times. Like you said, like with OnlyFans, right? A lot of times when I'm like, "Oh, I make content," they're like, "OnlyFans, right?" I'm like, "No, I make fashion and beauty content, and like I teach women to do things, right? I don't have to take my top off, like,
okay,
even though like I got girls, right?
Yeah, the girls are girling.
The girls are girling. And I'm an actor, you know, like I'm a career woman, and I don't know, it just makes them really intimidated, and like it's hard. It's hard for them. That's why I think finding a man who is strong enough and he's already happy with his own career, and he's not gonna come in feeling insecure, comparing me to the rest of the model girls he's dated before. What I do get a lot is that, "Oh, you must be a gold digger."
Yes.
That I get. And that's where I feel like there's that cultural difference, because Persian culture or Middle Eastern cultures, just the men take care of everything.
Let me tell you something. I know some Persian men, and the Persians know what they're doing, okay? They really do. In terms of family, like I have a couple of Persian guy friends, and when their children call, when anything with their family, everything stops. They show up, and it is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I was like, I need a Persian man.
Literally, yeah. I mean, I've never been with a Persian man.
Wait, what?
Really, I know. I've only dated white boys. I know.
What am I talking about? I'm a girl.
And it was so hard for me because they wanted 50-50, and I was like, "What the fuck is 50-50?
What is that? What is this 50-50? I don't know what that is. What is that? What does that mean?
It was so difficult, and for a while, I was just like, "Okay, I'm gonna deal with it," right? And then now I'm like, "Ew, like, are you gonna pay for 50% of my taking care of myself, my hair, my nails, like everything?"
The Persian men, that is, honey,
Persian men
it's not even a thing. It is not even a thing. They're like, what is this? Why is your wallet even near me?
Yeah,
I'm like,
he would be like, "Why do you need a job, baby?
Girl.
Like, why are you even working? Like, you can just
keep your little money.
Yeah.
Keep it.
Cute. That's a cute idea.
That's a cute idea. I don't want your money. Okay?
And like when you're dating someone who's Middle Eastern, like they would just be like, "Hey, Thursday night, 7 p.m., be ready. Here's like $500. Go get yourself a dress." What? And they'll send you an Uber. Like literally, like it's just done. Shit is done. Here, when are you free? What you doing?
WYD.
Yeah.
WYD. Now listen, I've been on the apps and it is atrocious. It's atrocious. All of them, you know, and it's like, I don't even know which one is the worst. Well, I do know which one is the worst. I'm not going to say it on here. But there's one that's a little garbage. And it's like these men have, it's not even just the men. Everybody has so many options. And I think no one really takes anybody seriously. And it's just like, let me send out a bunch of happy Thursdays. Please stop saying happy whatever day it is. Stop doing that. Happy Monday, happy Thursday. I don't care, you know, and you don't care either. But there's no effort. There's no effort, right? It's just like, what you doing? When you free? And I'm like, can you just give me the plan and let me know?
I think dating app is for beta men who are scared to go out to the bar. They're scared of getting rejected. So they just want to be the princesses. But okay, are you guys ready for this? Oh my God. I am banned from every single dating app. Hinge, I got matched in like a week with 3,500 people, and then somebody reported me that I'm fake. And then Tinder, I've been pending verification, even though I submitted my ID. So the only one I have, shout out to Blush, because Blush is for. Have you been on Blush?
No, I haven't been on Blush.
Oh my God, I'm getting her on Blush. Blush is the new Raya.
Oh,
Blush is for influencers and models. That's the only one I'm on.
But you got banned from the other apps?
Yeah, normal people app site, they're like, "You're too
it.
hot."
Oh my God, I love you so much.
I'm sorry.
Normal
is that me?
Really
and I didn't even use like my really hot photos. Like I didn't. I didn't like use magazine photos. I used like normal photos hanging out with friends. And they were like, "Are you real?" And I would just get so many matches, and I'm like, I don't know. But honestly, it was kind of my own fault, right? So like, I went to Miami for Art Basel. That's when it got banned. And I had everything open. I had it open from 18 to God for like age reference.
Jewel, girl, bye.
I know.
Why did you have it open for 18?
Because I wanted to see what's happening.
Talk about a princess.
I mean, so what? And I was like, we'll see what's out there. And apparently I had women also like all everything, because I went to a party and then my friend was like, hey, are you gay? And I was like, no. She was like, you're showing up on Lesbian Hinge. And I was like, oh fuck, I had no idea. I should re-download Hinge. But because my fucking phone is always out of storage, I'm like deleting the
I can't
app.
imagine how many photos and videos
God.
and all the things. Jewel, you should have another phone.
I need to.
Yeah.
So Lesbian Hinge got me banned. I was able to get it back once and then I got banned again.
Lesbian Hinge got you banned. You guys heard it here first. And Hey Babe, Can We Talk?
I'm scared. I'm scared to go on any dating apps.
Have you been on any dates from the dating apps? I mean, I imagine people definitely don't think that you're a real person, for sure.
Not in a really long time. I actually dated someone from Hinge like a year.
So did I. All my last few boyfriends have been from Hinge. So shout out to Hinge.
Hinge and The League. Have you been on The League?
You know, I didn't do The League.
What? I love The League. I mean, I love Ivy League boys.
Okay.
You know? I like them looking like American Psycho with like
Patrick Bateman?
Patrick Bateman.
Yes.
Who wants to kill me or love me? I don't know.
Who knows? Let's
I don't
find
know.
out.
I like that. Yeah, I feel like I'm the problem. It's me. But yeah.
Okay, how do you show up in relationships, Jewel? What does Jewel look like when she's in love? Is she...
Psycho.
Why do we do that?
Oh, because...
Why do we do that, Jewel?
My nervous system is freaking the fuck out, and it's like I don't normally like anyone. It's not like that I don't get attention. I get so much attention, and then when I actually like someone, which is so hard to find, then I'm like, oh my God, I like you. I don't know what to do.
What's your sign, Jewel?
I'm an Aries,
Ooh,
but
okay.
my rising is Gemini, so that's why I'm very outgoing. And then my moon is in Virgo, so I overthink.
Overthink. Shout out to the Virgos. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. But I like it because Aries can be crazy and the Virgo keeps me calm. You know? I said it really like technically. Okay, I thought that was math. Hello. Aries, like I have Aries friends who are really Aries, and I'm like, damn, I fucking hate you. I hope I'm not like that.
Listen, the Aries women are no joke. I have a couple Aries friends, and I mean, if I want the cold, hard, brash truth, I will ask an Aries. There's just no like tenderness. I always say, my one friend, I go, when I call her, I'm like, I need cotton balls, not razor blades. Just be nice. Be nice.
Yeah.
You know, but she razor blades. She's like, he doesn't like you. You look fat. Take it off. I'm like, oh my God. Okay.
But sometimes you need to hear that I'm not like her. I'm not like her. I would just be like, oh, honey, why don't you retake another photo?
Do we have another option?
Or like send it to me. I'll Facetune it for you.
I'll Facetune it.
You know, like
yeah.
I'll be that friend.
But you guys always tell the truth. Yeah. It's like you keep it 100 for sure.
Oh, I can't fucking keep a secret. Like, don't tell me a secret.
Oh my God, Jewel, I love you. But you're being honest.
I am being honest, but it's not good. It's not like I'm an adult. I need to like start lying.
Yeah. Just hold back a little bit.
Yeah, like scamming people. Fuck.
I mean.
That's a problem, I think.
So are you on the market right now? You're not looking, you said, but like if you meet your guy, you're open.
Yeah.
Do you like older guys, younger guys? What's your vibe? Because what you're looking for, it sounds like you need somebody like established.
Yeah, but
right?
honestly, I've met guys that have been like a few years younger than me, and they have their shit together.
Really? Where are
Sometimes
they at?
better than the older ones, because the older ones are like divorced or something, and they're like having a whole fucking crisis and acting like children, and then like there's 25-year-old guy, and I'm like, damn, what the fuck's going on with
25, Jewel? Girl.
Sex was good.
To be fair. Okay.
They can go long. You know?
I haven't, if you're to anything, I can't even have a conversation. I mean, but you're in the modeling world. I'm sure you're meeting like these really little hot tasties, the abs and all things.
Most of them are gay, you know.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
like I don't meet anyone, and it's so funny because everyone thinks that. Like,
Well, yeah, you're around like beautiful people. You guys, you know.
But everything is like it kind of normalizes. Like being half naked, you just don't really think about sex anymore.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, because you have to pose on top of people, and you're just constantly like, oh my God, am I hurting you? Like, am I touching you too weird? Like, please don't. Like, let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know if I'm doing anything to you. So you just don't really see people the same way. To me, it's like, I need the real connection. I miss that. And then I know, like, when people see me, they're like, oh my God, I want excitement. I want sex. I want, like, give me the zazz. And I'm like, I want the cozy, you know? Like, yeah, like security.
Yeah, people probably aren't just looking at you going, oh, she just wants to like sit on the couch with me and cozy up. They're probably thinking they need to like do all these big grand things, which is okay, it's still true.
Not on the couch, like on the private jet with an Hermes blanket.
Okay.
That's cozy.
So an Hermes blanket is pretty darn cozy. Yeah.
Like, I don't want to sit home, watch football. I want to go to Super Bowl, sit in like a box, watch football.
Okay, so then,
It is still wifey. I'm not saying like, you go work, I'm going to just sit here, bring me a Birkin and caviar and fuck you. Like, I'm not saying that.
Right.
But I am like,
but that
I'm
might be the perception that men think,
then
right?
Fuck them. Then they're broke. A broke man wouldn't be afraid of that, right?
Okay.
Like, Jeff Bezos is not afraid of that. He worked his ass off to achieve the woman he has right now, right?
Yeah.
Everybody was staring at her tits, right? Did you see, like...
I saw.
And she
knew what she was doing.
She knew what she was doing, but she also has this, like, black cat energy that makes him want to chase her.
Right.
Right? And, like, that is so amazing. Like... women, like, that's why I say, like, the moment I love myself, the moment I am so into what I am doing, that's when I know I'm going to meet an equal, I'm going to meet a partner who's like...
It's so true when you were just like thinking about your life, what's happening with you, but not in a selfish way. Because I think sometimes people think in this generation, this self-love, self-care, it's giving, I don't want to share that with anyone. But I think when you do have that energy that's not out and desperate and where is he and what's going on, then you will attract somebody that's kind of maybe in the same spot. Or like, it's just, you're more available to be seen when you don't, because when you have that energy, you can feel it. And you know you felt it from men too that are just like really thirsty. And it's unattractive. It's unattractive.
Yeah. When you're giving your power away and waiting for someone to save you, and I did that for years in relationships. I actually got cheated on, and that's where I think my glow up started was I found out he cheated on me, and like I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be a victim. I cried. Actually, he didn't know, but I found out like he cheated, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna Gone Girl this shit.
Oh, not the Gone
like
Girl.
That. Like, not like I was gonna frame him for my murder, but I was like, I'm gonna go sit in the car and I'm gonna cry there, and he's not gonna know about it, and I'm gonna start planning my life and divide my finances and get my shit together.
You didn't tell him you knew? How do you do that? Now that's an Aries for you, not my Virgo self. I'm like, okay, listen, I found out and this is what's happened. Like I could never
I had my girlfriends. I told them and I was like, okay, shit happened. I have to keep it but I've been cheated on before, and like that, I was younger and I was like, oh my God, why did you do that? Stay with me. And I was like, oh God, like I don't want to bring her back. He did this. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to journal the shit out of this. And I was like, okay, I already knew that the love was kind of done, and it was during COVID, right?
Yeah.
So we've been together just because of COVID, and I don't need to be a victim. I need to take my power back. I need to start planning, and then when I'm ready, I'm going to bring that information.
Good for you.
It was really hard.
I felt that energy just now. You're like, I'm not messing around.
No.
And that's that. What do you think is the biggest misconception about you when people see you? What do you think?
They think I'm a bitch. I think I'm better than them, but I think that's an Aries thing because I'm very, and also Virgo, I'm very critical of myself, and I'm constantly thinking of ways to improve myself. So I think people think I am arrogant, but no, like, and even that thing about gold digger, God, I can't remember who said that, this billionaire lady in Miami. I'll remember it. I'll tell you about her. She always got called gold digger, and she was like, yes, I'm a gold digger because I look for gold within me and everybody else around me. So she was a model and then married a billionaire.
I love that.
And now she's in real estate. And I was like, yes. And now I'm like, I own that. Why not? I work so hard. I wake up at 5 a.m. I work out. I try to look good. You know, I can cook and clean and do everything. I can bring a child into this life. So I'm okay looking for gold.
Okay. And I think people try to make you feel bad about that. And for the longest time, I kind of dimmed my own light because there was this shame around wanting nice things or wanting someone to be successful. And I'm matching that energy. I'm not showing up to the table with nothing, right? Because I think that's where that discrepancy is, where people are like, well, what are you bringing to the table in this and that? And those energies around masculine and feminine energy, you kind of mentioned that dating someone who wasn't really allowing you to sort of be in that space, right? And so there's this gender war going on right now where it's like men feel disempowered and that they don't know what to do with themselves. So now they are showing up like princesses.
Yeah, and I think it's hard for them as well because they don't go to therapy. Like, let's think about it. Boys are told, don't cry.
Don't cry.
Push your emotion down. So, like, I used to be like, I used to say this word a lot. Fuck men. Oh my God, men don't know this and this and that. And I was like, no. Let's correct this. I'm not going to hate on men because I got cheated on, because things happened to me. I will look at them with a loving eye and just understand that what they've been through is a lot as well, right? Their entire lives, they have to be hard. They have to provide. And there's just so much pressure on them. There's as much pressure as on us to look good is for them to be masculine. Be
Provide.
Be big. Fight.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and then this society is not really allowing them to be who they want to be either, right? So they're feeling like they're losers in a way. So how can they show up into a relationship and feel like they're winning you over?
Right, when society's telling them all this stuff. And I think that's one of the biggest lessons I'd say of doing this podcast is being able to do research and kind of think about the male experience in dating, right? Because I feel like I wasn't thinking about it before. I kind of was caught up in the expectation aspect of like, he better do this and he better do that. But then one day I stopped and I was like, what is it like for men dating, right? Number one, if you are dating a bunch of women, it can get really expensive. And so women have all these expectations and men don't always necessarily have that. And so I do think it is a little bit harder for them to kind of show up full masculine because there is a lot of pressure on men.
Yeah.
So shout out to the men for once, okay? Take your moment. It's fine. We hear you.
But that's it though.
Take 5 seconds and get up. No. Oh my God, Jewell, I love you. You've been so amazing. Before we let you go, we're going to play red flag, green flag game.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll ask you something. You raise up the red flag or the green flag, and then you can tell me
Let's go.
what you think.
Oh my
For
God.
all the people.
Oh,
There you go. So for all of you at home, we're playing red flag, green flag. You guys know the game. You know it. So for the people listening, make sure you say red flag or green flag, okay, in these dating situations. All right? His mother still does his laundry.
Red flag. I was wondering, yeah, never mind. I can't say that.
No, yes, you can. What? What is it?
I saw a meme that said he went through my phone and saw on the notes app on the pro said dead mom. Oh. I know, but it's bad. But
Oh,
it's
no.
also
I was
kinda
like,
funny,
geez,
though.
that sounds terrible.
I know, but that was the pros, and cons was like his dick is too short. I don't know. It was something bad, and I was like,
Jewell.
why do I think about this right now? I know.
Oh, my God.
But also, like men and their mom, their relationships are just tricky.
It's tricky.
It's tricky. Sometimes the mother makes them into a surrogate husband. And,
that can happen.
And also keep them a child for a long time. So.
Amen. Yeah. Yeah. Another episode. Okay. Wants to share locations with you.
Green flag.
Ooh, okay. I'm surprised on that one for you. I thought you might be,
Really?
I thought you might be like, leave me alone. I'm not trying to do all
No,
that.
it's kind of cute.
Okay, I love it. Has children.
It's okay. Man, it's not red. It's greenish.
Greenish.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
It depends on the age.
Okay.
It depends on the relationship.
Okay, but you're not like a hard no with children.
No.
Okay.
It shows that he tried.
Okay, I like it.
But if they're really young, then it's hard, right?
Yeah.
Like they need to be old enough that
Okay.
they're not getting in the way.
Okay. He can only express himself after he's had a couple drinks.
Can men express themselves without having drinks?
Yes, Jewell, they can.
I don't know. I've never met one. Red flag.
Red flag. Okay.
I thought those were women.
Yes, Jewell, they can. They totally can. Trust me. Makes less than you.
Red.
Okay. I was like, that was my...
Unless I am in my 70s and 80s after having like 7 rich husbands. Yes, okay.
Okay, but only later on after you have.
Yeah.
But right now, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
It's giving red flag.
Yeah.
Okay, bad style.
Green flag.
How is that okay?
No
Fixable.
one needs to look at him.
It's the best answer ever. That's amazing.
They're gonna wear like, what is it? What are the guys wear? The vests, you know, the ugly ass vest of Wall Street boys. Yeah, cute. Keep it up.
Oh my
baby.
God, I love you. Okay. Says I love you after 2 weeks. What is that?
Green flag. I mean, he's totally lying, but I would definitely, I'm going to gaslight him back.
Oh my God, I love you.
He's either clingy and crazy, but I definitely tell him I love him like after 2 days just to fuck with his mind. I told you I'm a psycho.
Oh my God, I love it. Okay, last one. Has cats.
What kind of cats? Hairless.
No, just a regular old Garfield looking cat.
How many cats?
2.
Does it come in a mansion?
Yes.
Green flag.
Oh my God, thank you, Jewell, so much. You are amazing. Do you want to leave us with any lasting words? Any advice for the girlies out there dating? Any advice for the girlies with the low self-esteem? What do you got to say?
Be a whore. I'm not one, so be a whore for me. Because one day you're going to be old and your tits are going to be down here. And you're going to look back and think of all the hot men that you didn't sleep with.
Thank you so much for those amazing words. I love you. You have been freaking fabulous.
I love you more.
All right, guys, as always, don't forget this is the place where the hot mess expresses the black sheeps of love. I'm Drea Renee, and this is Hey Babe, Can We Talk? I'll see you soon.